Talking the news at 5:30, it is an alarming trend that we've been reporting on for months, even longer, years. Teenagers breaking the law, getting a slap on the wrist, and then going back out to break the law, in some cases commit felonies yet again.
We are joined by Assemblyman Patrick Kluczynski, who is co-sponsoring two bills in the Assembly right now. One would make 16 and 17-year-olds criminally liable for violent crimes rather than sending cases to family court. The other pertains to bail for repeat car thieves. Assemblyman, which one do you want to start with here?
Well, I appreciate you having me on to talk about this issue. We see how it's impacting our communities, all of Western New York, all of New York State. And you see what just happened a few weeks ago in Cheektowaga. Stolen vehicle, teenagers, drives through a park, high speed. Amherst has, this is just a daily occurrence that's happening all across our community. And the only way that we're going to solve this and make some headway on this is some legislative change. The police basically have their hands tied when it comes to this issue. They are making arrests for these things. The juveniles, because of the current raise the age law, 16, 17-year-olds are released to a family member. There's no detention whatsoever. And with a couple of these bills that I'm co-sponsoring, the goal isn't to see any detention for these teenagers, but at some point, if someone is repeating these same crimes over and over again, which is what we're seeing quite a bit of, there needs to be some sort of accountability. And family court just doesn't have the legal ability to have that accountability for these teenagers that are committing these crimes. So the one bill that I'm sponsoring would take 16 and 17-year-olds that commit serious crimes, felonies, including motor vehicle grand larceny, and that would make them be turned over to the adult court so that a local judge who was elected would have the ability to decide what has to happen next with that person and not be pushed into family court where we see there's not really any consequences.
Pat, you're in a unique position here. Before you became an assemblyman, before you were elected, you were a Cheektowaga cop for a couple of years.
Yes.
Can you talk about the frustration from the law enforcement side? Because I talked to people like you when you were a cop, or like Jim O'Callahan, who was just in here from state police. There is a major frustration on behalf of not only police also, but the people who prosecute them, prosecutors, trying to get these kids, 15, 16 or younger, 13, 14-year-olds, who were continuously doing this.
Yeah.
There was a release that came out over the weekend on August 16th, Saturday, last Saturday, 2 Saturdays ago, that said one juvenile had been arrested 6 times for stealing a car. Now, clearly, that juvenile lost at this point. We need to get that person back in line. Will these bills do that?
Exactly. It's very frustrating for law enforcement to see the same teenagers over and over again just to be released immediately. Oftentimes to a household or parents that aren't really able to supervise in the first place. Before I came to the New York State Assembly, like you said, I worked 26 years with the Cheektowaga Police. Before I left, I was the supervisor of the Youth and Family Offense Unit, so I would see these cases firsthand. Police have a difficult time just finding a parent or somebody responsible for some of these teenagers that are committing these crimes, and only to turn them over to someone like that, and they're back out the next day up to no good again. So, like I said, these couple bills would, you had mentioned it in the beginning, 16 and 17-year-olds that committed these serious crimes, including grand larceny of a vehicle, would not be eligible to go to family court. They would have to go to adult court. Another bill that we're co-sponsoring would take 16 and 17-year-olds, also would not allow them to be handed over to family court for these offenses, and would also make some of these grand larceny of stolen vehicle offenses eligible for bail and remand, so that these same teenagers are not just being turned over again and out there doing the same things.
We are clearly seeing a lot of. Our producer before this gave us many instances just in the past couple of months that this has been happening. How much support do you have for this? Do you think you can get some Democrats on board in the state?
Well, I'm hoping to. That's the next step. We're going to outreach to the Democrats on the other side of the aisle. This is an issue that affects everyone. It doesn't matter. It shouldn't be a political issue at all. We see what's happening in our neighborhoods. Everyone sees it. Everyone has a neighbor or a family member or someone that they know that has had their car stolen. It's oftentimes one of their most valuable possessions. It's often returned damaged or not returned at all. It's a major inconvenience, and there has to be some sort of accountability and serious consequences for some of these actions. But yeah, we're going to try and get support come this next legislative session to advance this bill, talk to people on the other side of the aisle, and see if we can just move this to something that makes more sense to all of us.
Session gets started in a couple of weeks. Best of luck on that effort, Assemblyman Pat Kluginski.
Appreciate you having me on. Thank you.
Thank you.